Hi everyone. So today I thought I would continue to do a verb tense review. So today we're going to talk about the simple past tense and actions completed in the past and how we talk about them in English. So how to make? So we make it by adding ed after the simple present verb, right? So we have the verb walk and we put an ed at the end. So I walk home at 3 turns into I walked home at 3. Talk turns into talked. Um, and uh, we'll keep going. But when we use this, it's not the same as simple present tense where we say that we do it a lot. When we use past tense, it just means it's something that happened once in the past. So for regular verbs, right, we have regular and irregular. Regular verbs, use is we add an ed to make it past, so it turns into used. Call becomes called. Work, worked. Help, helped. Need, needed. Change, changed. Look, looked. Want, wanted. Start, started. So to practice, we just do, you have the verb use. So to make it past tense, I used the vacuum. You would say, I used the vacuum. Change, I change after work would be, I changed after work. She starts on Monday would be, she started on Monday. So we don't need to add an S, right? Call, they called in sick. You look sick is you looked sick. Help turns into helped. She helped me. Now, regular and irregular verbs. Call is regular because we just add an ed to make it past, right? But an irregular verb, right? Irregular. Eat is not eated. We change it to a completely new word, ate, right? It still means the same action as eat, right? To eat food. It's just the past tense version of it, ate. So we're going to do some past irregular verbs, and these ones you can memorize just so you can use them better or quicker, or remember them when you're talking. So say, the past tense is said. Make, made. Go is went. It gets turned into went when it's past tense. Come, the past tense is came. Get, past is got. Am or is, the past tense is was. And are is the present, right? And we change it to were for past. Leave, and the past tense is left. Think, past tense is thought. Sleep is the present tense. Slept is the past tense. Wake is the present. Woke is the past. Take is the present. Took is the past. Do is the present tense. Did is the past tense. We have a lot of these. Begin is the present tense. Began is the past. Fall is the present tense. Fell is the past. Feed is the present. Fed is the past. Drink is the present. Drank is the past. Sleep is the present. Slept is the past. Forgive is the present. Forgave is the past. Hurt is the present. And hurt is the past. So this one's special because when you say I am hurt, that's present, right? Or I hurt my friend, right? Present, simple present tense. But you could say, oh, I was hurt, right? It's also past tense, so you don't need to change this one. Pay is the present, paid is the past. Sweep is the present, swept is the past. Wear is the present, wore is the past. Win is the present, won is the past. Write is the present, Wrote is the past. Throw is the present. Through is the past. Understand is the present. Understood is the past. So the only thing that's changing is the last part of it, right? Understood. Sing is the present. Sang is the past. Send is the present. Sent is the past. Know is the present. Knew is the past. Freeze is the present. Froze is the past. So this is some practice with irregular verbs, just to review. So the verb is come, so we would say we came to work early. If we have the verb get and we want to make it past tense, I got a new car. Take is the present, so it changes to took when we want to make it past. I took the train. My coworker left early, right? Because we changed leave from the simple present to the simple past. Sleep is the present tense. Slept is the past. So I slept late this morning is simple past tense. So simple past tense tells us what was completed in the past. So what happened in the past, right? Simple past tense are actions from the past. So I take the bus, that's when we do it a lot, right? Over here. I walk home, you do it a lot. I took the bus means that you did it in the past. It doesn't have, you can say, it doesn't really tell us if you did it a lot. It doesn't tell us if it only happened once. All it's saying is that you did an action in the past, and that's all. So I walk home, I walked home. You're saying that, you know, how you got home is you walked. So we can change do to make it past. You just say did. I did extra work today. So that would be if you were talking to somebody and they said, oh, how was work today? And since you're home and work is over, you think about it and everything that you've done is in the past, right? So you would say, oh, I did extra work today. My family, the verb is go, so we change it to went to make it past. My family went to the movies. I had, because we're making it past, have is present, had is past. I had a bad day today. So you can use present tense words like today, because past just means right before right now. So even though we're talking about the past, you could say, oh, I had a bad day today, meaning you're saying that at the end of the day, right? So that means everything in the past, if it was just 1 minute ago, you can use the past, right? If it's not right now in the moment, you use the past tense. And then we're going to talk about how to make the past negative. So for regular verbs, you know, I called my family is simple past. All you have to do is, like in simple present, instead of saying do not, you say did not, because did is the past. I did not, and then you get rid of the ed because the did right here is in past tense. It's not do, it's did. So it's letting the listener know that what you're saying is in the past. So you don't need the ed at the end of the verb. So you would say, I did not call my family. For irregular verbs, what you have to do is a little bit more tricky. You put did not, right, where do not goes in the simple present, right, but we're doing simple past. They did not. And then instead of taking away the ed, we change it back to the simple present tense. So instead of saying they did not went to lunch, nope, can't say that. You'd say they did not go to lunch. You need to make sure that the verb is in simple present tense when you're using simple past, because when you're making it a negative, the did right here is what's telling you it's past tense. So here's a practice. You know, we went to the park changes to we did not go to the park. My son left for work to make it negative. My son did not leave for work, or you could say didn't, right? My supervisor came in late. My supervisor didn't come in late, right? So instead of saying came, we say come. They came to my house. When we're making it negative, they did not come to my house. You needed help. You could say you did not need help, right? Now, when we make it into questions, um, it's kind of the same as when we make it negative, right? We use did to tell us that it's the past, so we have to change the verb back to simple present. So, did you go to the store? Is how we make it a question. So, we change the verb to present and we add the word did at the beginning of the sentence. You ate lunch. How do we make that a question? Did you eat lunch? Right? We changed ate to eat and we added did at the beginning of the sentence to make it a question. We had a meeting. Did we have a meeting? The bus came, change came to come, simple present tense, and then we put did at the front. Did the bus come? Now, this bit is the pronunciation of past tense verbs. So it can make a duh sound, a t sound, or an ed sound. So we could say used, changed, called, cleaned, right? And that makes a duh sound at the end. Used, changed, called, cleaned. Now, sometimes it makes a T sound at the end. Looked, helped, worked, liked, right? So those are some of the words, right? And then some of it makes an ed sound. Wanted, needed, expected, decided, right? It's making an ed sound, not just a d sound. So those are the three different ways that it can end in English. And if you don't remember these or if you say them wrong, sometimes it's hard for native English speakers to understand what word you said. It shouldn't be really bad. Most people can understand, like if you said wanted, like you made a t sound, people would still understand you and it would be okay. Sometimes they might get a little confused, but people will understand. Um, uh, they'll know. They'll be able to figure it out. So it's not super. If you can't remember, does it end in a t or a duh sound or an ed sound? That's okay. It's not the end of the world. People will still be able to understand you. They might need you to repeat what you said, but they'll still understand. So this is just a little bit of practice just to end the review. So cleaned, called, changed, used, right? So clean is the present, we add an ed. Call is the present, we changed it to called. Changed, used. I cleaned the house, called my friend, changed my clothes, and used my car. So all of these end in a duh sound. I cleaned the house, called my friend, changed my clothes, and used my car. And then these ones right here are T. Worked, helped, looked, liked. I worked yesterday, helped my children, looked for my phone, and liked seeing my family, and liked seeing family. The next one is ed. Wanted, needed, decided, expected. I wanted ice cream, needed a walk, decided to drive, and expected a visitor. So that's it for today. Again, really quick review, and I will see you next lesson.